If you're looking to increase your credit limit, stop and watch this video. One of my clients started with a $2,000 credit limit, and today they're sitting at $50,000 plus in available credit. Not from luck, not from some super secret hack, just a formula that you can actually copy step by step. And I'm actually gonna walk you through it because in today's lesson, we're gonna walk through this entire step-by-step process as far as how to increase your credit limits the correct way. So what I want you to do is go grab your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, business owners, whoever's really watching this, I just want to let you know right now, it is going to be a lot of information I'm going to be giving you in this lesson. Some stuff you might know, some stuff you might not know. But I've been seeing a lot of people trying to mix and match information from different videos, long form, short form, and sometimes they're getting caught up with not getting the right amount of, limits or anything like that they want. So I'm just going to try to give it all to you just right here in this video alone. So, just disclaimer, I'm not promising you that you're going to get a $50,000 limit because there was specifics that we use for that client. But if you use this information, you will get higher limits, okay? So just letting you know that off the bat. But let's go ahead and get into it. So the first part that we're going to talk about right now is pretty much the basics of why credit limits even matter. And just hear me out, okay? Because your credit limit is basically the bank saying, this is how much we're actually going to trust you with. It doesn't matter if it's $50,000 or $2,000, okay? And when your limit goes up, three big things actually happen. First is your utilization can definitely drop, which can make your credit score easier to keep strong if your spending stays the exact same, okay? Number two, we're talking about you can handle bigger expenses without your card getting maxed out. I'm pretty sure everybody's been in that situation, no matter if it's on the business side or the personal side. And then number three is you look stronger to lenders, okay? Because your report shows that you can manage higher credit responsibly. Remember that word, responsibly, okay? So now that you know those three basic principles, here's the why. Because let me show you exactly how we did this with this client, okay? When I say $50,000 plus, I'm talking about total available revolving credit across all cards and limits, okay? Let me explain. Because for most people, this is not usually just one single card going from $2,000 all the way up to $50,000 overnight. It's pretty much a ladder, and that's probably something that you're definitely gonna have to do. And we stack this with the step-by-step method. So here's the exact approach that we use. First, we stabilize the base or the foundation. And what that means is we made that person set up auto pay for all payments coming out of this, okay? So there are going to be no accidents, no hiccups, no nothing. So we paid all balances down so the utilization wasn't out of control, because they definitely did have some out of control utilization. They had, 80% utilization on this card, 60% on this card. And the card that we actually got $50,000 of an increase was, it was pretty high too. It was way above 30%. So we definitely had to get that down before we attacked any type of credit limit increase. We also made sure there were no new late payments that showed up. A lot of you missed this step right here as well. So you need to go check your credit report. You can click the link down below to get my free score now. You can check to see what's going on in your report. Make sure you don't have any new late payments, collection, or anything that just popped up, because this can definitely hinder you from getting a credit limit increase as well. And the reason why you want to do this is because we made sure that the banks want to raise the credit limit, okay? We didn't just ask for more money, we gave the banks a reason to say yes. See the difference? We also made sure that the client used the card consistently for its normal stuff, just like, gas, groceries, and bills, okay? And even if you are a business owner, that also means like, supplies, software, ads, shipping, mentorships, inventory, you name it. And then also we're paying it down responsibly over time and doing that over and over again. So this again goes for business and personal use. So when the bank sees the repayment, it builds more and more trust. And then after that, we act at the right time, the right way, okay? And once the account had enough history, a strong behavior, we requested the increase. And that's the same thing that you're gonna do. And when it made sense, we added accounts strategically over time. But I'll get more into that later, okay? And that's how the total available credit was $50,000, okay? Simple, straight to the point. So now that you've seen the play, let me give you the exact framework of how you can do the same exact thing again. Starting with step one, which is timing. Okay, don't ask too early, Because you got to understand this, ladies and gents, business owners, think of credit limit increases like asking your boss for a raise, okay? If you've ever worked before, you should know what I'm talking about. Because if you just started the job, asking for a credit limit increase is kind of tough, right? But if you've been showing up consistently, you've been doing all the right things, the conversation gets a little easier, and that's how you get that raise. It's the same thing with these banks, okay? So in general, you want to give your card a little time to build history before requesting any type of request. A safe rule is to always wait a few months of a consistent usage and on-time payments. And many people do pretty much well around the 3 to 6 month range. Of course, every single lender is different, but it's pretty much in that threshold right there. Now, before you jump off this video and you try to go request a credit limit increase, there's one thing that you have to make sure before you actively do this, and you have to see if this is really going to affect you. Will this be a hard pull or a soft pull when it comes to this credit limit increase on my credit file, okay? The reason why you need to know this is because a lot of people don't understand that there are still lenders out there that still hard pull your credit before you even get any type of credit limit increase. So let's just say you get denied. Now you gotta increase just sitting on your credit report, and now you gotta sit in a credit guard, or you gotta try to work to get it removed, and it's a hassle. So you need to make sure that you do your homework with that, because again, every lender is not built the same. Quick break. I hope that you're enjoying the video, but this could change your business forever. If you're a business owner that's trying to scale, I got some free gifts for you. First up, we have our credit bootcamp. Video trainings where I personally walk you through how to access up to $150,000 in capital, step by step. No fluff, don't worry about it, and straight game. I usually reserve some of the information that I gave you here just for my private clients. And I'm also adding more. Plus, I'm dropping a free inquiry removal kit, okay? This is the exact system that you can use to delete hard inquiries in 48 hours flat. It's all 100% free. The only thing that is going to cost you is your email. That's it. Or you can click the link below to sign up for our free capital consultation, where I can help you gain up to $300,000 in capital. So again, click the link below and grab it now. But enough about that. Let's get back to the video. So again, make sure that you do your due diligence as far as calling the hotline, looking up data points or anything like that before you start pulling the trigger on this credit limit increase. So now that you know when to ask, let's talk about something that a lot of people tend to forget before they do credit limit increases, which is step 2, income. Because this is a step a lot of people skip, and it definitely costs them, okay? Because the bank is always asking what we already gave you, and how much do you bring in, and how well do you already manage what we gave you again. So if your income went up but you never updated it, the bank may be judging you on old numbers. So if you were making $29,000, $30,000, a year ago or something like that, now you make, $200,000 a year, speaking that to your existence and to your life, the banks don't know that. They don't know that at all, because you haven't updated anything. So you might want to actively update that in your profile, in your portal, however you need to do it. And business owners, if your business is earning more now than when you first open up that card, this can definitely help as well, okay? Because always being truthful will always help you in the long run, because honesty is pretty much what's going to keep your account safe. So now that you understand that and your information is updated, the next step is showing the bank that you actually use the credit they already gave you, which is step 3, usage, okay? Banks don't love raising credit limits on cars just to collect dust, because this is how they make their money. They issue money out and they expect to make some type of money on the return. Even if you don't help them, that's just what they do. Because think about it like this: if you already have a $2,000 credit limit and you barely use it just to buy a bag of chips every single month, the banks are already thinking, why would we give you want $20,000 for what? But if you use the card consistently and pay it down responsibly, the banks are going to think, okay, active and reliable. So let's go ahead and approve that person. So the play is simple. Put regular expenses on the card, pay it down, and just repeat the cycle. That's all I need you to do, okay? I'm not telling you to spend $20,000 every single month if you don't have it. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to sometimes add more onto this account to show, or this card to show, that you're an active user. We're trying to prove that you can use the credit and then pay it back just like clockwork, okay? So the key is control. I don't want you to hear in this, use it and that means max it out, all right? I'm not trying to put you in a struggle position, okay? The only thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to prove that the credit that they gave us, we're gonna use it, pay it back, and just do it like clockwork, okay? That's all I need you to do. And now that even if you have the perfect timing and your usage looks great, there's still one thing that could kind of kill your chances as far as approvals, which the credit profile has to match what you're actively looking for as well. So that's where we're going to get into step 4, which is the profile, the credit profile. People understand a bank is basically looking at your report and asking, do we feel safe giving this person more access? Okay, you got to understand that. So if your report shows recent late payments, high balances everywhere, collections, charge-offs, and a bunch of new inquiries back to back, lenders are starting to get nervous. Understand that they're always thinking about no before they're thinking about yes, okay? Especially in this time and age. So before you request a credit limit increase, tighten things up, okay? Make sure your payments are on time. Bring your balances down as much as you can. Pretty much, I always say 10%, but if you can't do that, at least have it below 30%, then you are going to be fine, okay? Because once your profile looks clean and consistent, now we can talk about the question that everybody's been asking is, yo, I want to ask for how much should I request? Should it be 30,000, 40,000, 100,000? Let me know so I can go out here and do it, all right? So then don't worry, that's what we're going to get into step 5. Once you have all of that done, this is coming in pretty much, again, step 5, the ask. And the one thing I just want to say is, yo, don't lowball yourself, okay? Because a lot of people either do that, lowball themselves, or they ask for a number that just does not match their profile. So here's a clean way to think about it. Ask for at least 2 to 3 times of what you already have. Now, I've seen people ask for 5 times, 10 times, and it's definitely worked. It's your prerogative, but I'm just showing you the safe zone of what you can do. So, for example, if your limit is 2,000, you can ask for like 4,000, 6,000, maybe 8,000. I would say 10,000. I would say if it's 2,000, try to ask for like 10K. Try to ask for 10K. See what they say. But if your limit is 10,000, then you might want to ask for maybe 20 or 30,000. Is it guaranteed? No, it's definitely not guaranteed. But it helps keep your request in a realistic range. Okay, shoot for the stars. The worst you can do is land on the cloud. All right, so that's the best thing to do. The only thing I'm saying is if you got a $2,000 limit and you only, again, buy gas 2 times out of the month, that's $80, something like that. Don't ask for $90,000, credit limit increase. That doesn't make any sense, okay? But if you start asking for like 10, 15, maybe $20,000 right there, you start looking a little better. And you might not get the number that you're actively looking for. You might not get that $90,000 increase, but it doesn't tell you to quit, all right? They're always going to try to counter offer you. So if they have a reconsideration line, or sometimes you won't get the full, request, but you still get an increase, and progress is still progress. All right. So if you started at 2,000, they didn't give you $90,000, but they said, hey, we can increase your credit limit, to $25,000. A win is a win. All right. A win is a win. Again, ladders, there's pillars to this. And now for all of my business owners that really want to win, even on the business side, because your credit limits don't just look as good. It might be $2,000, $5,000 limits. This can also help you as well. So this can also help more doors as far as getting capital. So hear me out as far as on the business side, for all of my business owners or soon to be business owners. Comparable credit is going to be your best friend. Okay, comparable credit basically means this. If you've already shown that you can handle big credit limits, lenders feel more comfortable, okay? And we're talking about on the personal side to get more on the business side. So if they feel more comfortable, they will approve you for bigger credit lines. For example, think of it kind of like a gym. So if you've already lifted 10 pounds and you ask to start lifting 100, the trainer might say, hold on, slow down. Let me see you, lift 20 first, okay? But if you've been lifting consistently, 50 pounds, then 60 pounds doesn't sound too crazy. That's exactly how lenders think on the business side. So they're going to look at your personal credit report, and when they look at it, they're going to see what are your strong credit limits. Is it clean management? Are they making sure that the business funding conversions are smoother? Things of that nature. And that's exactly how lenders think when they look at your credit report. So when you have a personal file that shows stronger limits and cleaner management, it makes business funding conversions smoother, especially when you're applying for business credit cards and funding that looks at the owner's credit, which pretty much you're always going to have to do until you make $10 million in revenue. So with that being said, if on the personal side you have like any of these credit cards, Discover, any of these credit unions, Chase, it does not matter. Try to continue to keep using your cards, pay it off on time, and then ask for credit limit increases. So now if on the personal side you have a 10K limit, 15K, 20K limit, now when you go on the business side, let's say it's the same thing as Chase, now when they look at your credit file, you know, they're going to see that you have high limits. They see that we're already trusting you on the personal side, so let's go ahead and give you a higher limit on the business side. Or the same thing with your business credit cards. If you're using it, pay it off, use it again, pay it off, then ask for a credit limit increase, and they'll do the same exact thing, especially if you're bringing revenue from your business going into that bank account as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, all of this pretty much plays into a factor of each other, no matter if it's on the personal side or the business side. Either way, it's still a connection and something that you actively need to use. And that's how you are able to have your credit limits go from $2,000 all the way up to $50,000 of a credit limit increase. But I know a lot of you are probably looking at this, you know, probably thinking like, man, Eric, you know, I do need these credit limit increases for comparable credit to get higher business capital, or I just want a higher limit that's really going to help me, but I just been a little confused on how to do it. Then don't worry, I got you, because what I want you to do is click the link below so you can sign up for a capital consultation with me. So me and my team can help you structure your credit profile the way it needs to be, have a game action plan so you can have that report. So when you do go for these credit lines, get this business capital or anything like that, you're going to start seeing these 50K approvals, 75K approvals, 125, even $300,000 in business capital or personal capital, whatever you need, so you can start or scale your goals and your dreams. So again, click the link below right now, and I'll see you on that call. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope that this helps you guys, because it definitely helped one of my clients, as you can see. Going from 2 to 50 is crazy, and I want you to get the same exact thing. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen.